Today, we're going to dive into some simple but really powerful ways to support your heart using tools that nature has already given us. Let's break down how you can help your heart thrive, starting today. When we think about heart health, our minds often jump straight to prescriptions. But what if I told you there are simple, powerful steps you can take for your cardiovascular system right now in your own kitchen? That's exactly what we're going to unpack. All right, let's get right into it. Nature has provided us with some incredible tools to support our circulation and heart function. These are your heart's natural allies, and trust me, they're a lot more accessible than you might think. Now, here's the really cool part. This isn't about some secret, complicated formula. It's about activating a system your body already has. We're going to look at how specific foods can literally unlock better circulation. So, how do we kickstart our day? The first couple of hours can really set the tone for your entire cardiovascular system. And it all begins with something called a nitric oxide boost, which is so important because our body's natural levels of it are at their lowest right when we wake up. The very first step is surprisingly simple: a smoothie made with beetroot and spinach. And this isn't just about a healthy breakfast. It's actually a targeted strategy for your blood vessels. Okay, but why those two vegetables? What is the science here that makes this simple drink so ridiculously effective for your heart? Let's get into it. The answer is a tiny but mighty molecule called nitric oxide. When you eat nitrate-rich vegetables like beetroot and spinach, your body converts those nitrates into it. And what does nitric oxide do? It's a vasodilator, which is just a fancy way of saying it tells your blood vessels to chill out, relax, and widen. This directly improves your blood flow and can even help lower blood pressure. Pretty cool, right? And hey, here's a fantastic little tip to make this even more powerful. If you add a source of vitamin C, like a simple squeeze of lemon or orange in that smoothie, it actually helps your body get way more efficient at producing nitric oxide. It's such an easy way to maximize the benefits. So, we've totally nailed the morning. Now let's keep that momentum going and see how we can power up your plate for lunch to keep that heart-healthy vibe going all day long. For lunch, let's build our meal on a foundation of arugula. Why arugula? Because it is absolutely packed with those same nitrates we were just talking about, which makes it a total superstar for circulation. And you don't have to stop with just arugula. You can power up that salad even more with some romaine lettuce, crunchy celery, or fennel. Every single one of these adds to your nitric oxide production, basically turning your lunch into a serious tool for your cardiovascular system. Okay, now let's talk about adding some flavor that's also functional, because the right herbs and spices can be the perfect finishing touch for your heart. Think about it this way. Flavor can be your friend here. Garlic has been linked to naturally helping with blood pressure. Turmeric is an absolute powerhouse for supporting the body's anti-inflammatory pathways. And hawthorn is a traditional herb that's been used for ages to help strengthen heart function. All right, so food is a huge piece of the puzzle, but it isn't the whole story. Let's shift gears a little and focus on the daily lifestyle habits that work right alongside a healthy diet to protect your heart. Because really, what you do in between your meals is just as important. A healthy plate is the foundation for sure, but these next steps are what build a truly resilient cardiovascular system. First things first, daily movement. And look, this doesn't mean you have to go live at the gym. The key is just consistency. Even 20 to 30 minutes of a brisk walk gets your blood pumping and is one of the best things you can do to improve circulation. Then there's something we all tend to sacrifice: sleep. This is not passive downtime, okay? This is when your heart and blood vessels are doing critical repair and recovery work. So prioritizing your rest is prioritizing your heart. Simple as that. And of course, we have to talk about stress. Chronic stress puts this constant nagging strain on your heart. But simple things like a few minutes of deep breathing, meditation, or even just a quiet walk outside can make a huge difference in lowering that burden. And finally, maybe the most fundamental habit of all, just stay hydrated. Proper hydration is essential for healthy blood volume. You can think of water as the delivery truck that carries all the good stuff, nutrients and oxygen, exactly where it needs to go in your body. So, we've covered a lot of ground, right? From food to fitness to focus. Let's pull it all together now into a simple, doable daily plan that you can start using right away. So here it is, a simple blueprint for a fantastic, heart-healthy day. You start with warm lemon water and that awesome nitric oxide smoothie. For lunch, you build that power-packed arugula salad. In the evening, you take a light walk, followed by a dinner seasoned with some turmeric. And all day long, you're just staying hydrated. It's a simple, repeatable rhythm for your health. And this is probably the most important takeaway of all. This isn't about some drastic, crazy, unsustainable change. It is the small things that you do consistently, day in and day out, that build lasting heart health. Those small, consistent changes, they really do create big results over time. So I'll just leave you with this question to think about. Looking at everything we've talked about, what is just one small thing? Maybe it's that morning smoothie, or maybe it's the daily walk. What's one thing you can commit to trying this week? And finally, a very important note. The information we went through here is for educational purposes. Please always have a discussion with your primary doctor before making any changes to your health routine, and especially before replacing any prescribed medication.